Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. Today we are going to be talking about who will face Roman Reigns in the main event at Wrestlemania 40 for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. A lot has gone on over the past week, 2 weeks, and it's got a lot of wrestling fans wondering what is going on, what will be the main event. It's definitely one that's getting discussed quite a lot, so that's always good. That's what we want. Do you know, one thing I will say about WWE this time around is they're giving us a lot of guessing games, and you know what? That is so much better than just telling us like 6 to 8 weeks in advance. This is what your main event's going to be for the pay per view. I like the fact that they keep swerving it, keeping people guessing. It's keeping people active on like social media and that, going, is it going to be this? I think it's going to be this. I think it's going to be this. Why not? It's a lot of fun, isn't it? And that's what watching wrestling is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. So I do actually quite like what they're doing right now, having people try and put a bit of guesswork in, trying to think it's going to be this, it's going to be that. You know, dirt sheets, heads are blowing up everywhere. 1 minute they're claiming it's Roman Reigns versus The Rock because The Rock come in and The Rock decided this is what it's going to be. Then there was talks of it going to be, you know, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. That was always going to be the case. So they're expecting then Cody to face The Rock at Elimination Chamber. All sorts of crap come out from the dirt sheets, proving once again that they have no clue what they're talking about. They're just guessing, like the rest of us, claiming that it's fact. So there is a lot to unpack when it comes to this year's main event at WrestleMania. You know, we know Cody Rhodes won the men's Royal Rumble, first person to do so in a long time, back to back. So everyone expected that it was just going to be a rematch. It was going to be same as what we had last year. Cody wins the Rumble, faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Cody is the biggest babyface in the wrestling right now. You know, he is in WWE, arguably is actually within the whole of wrestling. I can't think of anyone else that's a bigger babyface than Cody Rhodes right now, especially now MJF's out with an injury, but I'd probably say Cody was a bigger babyface than MJF. Anyway, fans are really into this whole finish the storyline that has been going on for the last 2 years that WWE has been building to. So when it was thrown a spanner in, which is The Rock, then people weren't happy. This is what they've been building to. This is what they'd invested in for 2 years, and then there was the chance of it all just going away. You know, especially with CM Punk getting his injury at the Royal Rumble. You know, CM Punk was earmarked to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Now Seth Rollins needs an opponent. Rock shows up. Could it be Rock and Roman Reigns? Then we get Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. You know, there was so much going on, and people were just guessworking a lot of things. You know, there's idiots online that think that CM Punk was supposed to have won the Royal Rumble, then he gets injured and calls an audible and lets Cody go over. No, what a load of crap. The situation was that it was always going to be Cody Rhodes wins back-to-back Royal Rumbles. So, like I say, this is the storyline they've been building to for 2 years, and then in comes the spanner in the works in the shape of The Rock. Some of the fans have actually wanted to face Roman Reigns since the whole bloodline story started. You know, with Roman claiming that he is head of the table, but a lot of fans saying, actually, that's The Rock, and you've not faced him, you've not beaten him to then go above him, so you can't go above him without beating him. You know, The Rock has teased some bits over the last few years. Neither one has called for the match. Neither The Rock or Roman Reigns have ever called for that match. Like I say, last week SmackDown, seeing Cody say that he had a decision to make in regards to who he faces after winning the Rumble. So either Seth Rollins, who he did beat on multiple occasions on his way back into WWE, so a lot of fans saying we don't really wish to see that again, or of course Roman Reigns, who he lost to at last year's WrestleMania due to a hell of a lot of interference and shenanigans. So while they were doing the SmackDown show, Cody then starts to cut this promo where he's talking about basically that he sought his own guidance of a special counsel, and one of the people that is on his special counsel is someone that obviously Roman Reigns is very familiar with. Which then, obviously, then as soon as he said that, we knew who it was going to be. But then he decides to then start cutting this part of the promo where he's like, "Yes, I will face you for the WWE Championship. I will beat you for the WWE Championship, but it won't be at WrestleMania," which seemed a bit strange. Then obviously The Rock comes out. They have like this weird awkward embrace thing in the ring. Rock whispers in his ear. Cody looks absolutely distraught and devastated. And then Cody leaves seemingly through tears in his eyes. So then everyone's saying, "Oh, so The Rock has just CM Punk'd Cody Rhodes." In other words, meaning that, years ago when we had CM Punk as the WWE Champion, Rock turns around and goes, "Tell you what, let me face John Cena again, this time for the belt." Comes in, wins the WWE Championship, therefore taking the main event at WrestleMania away from CM Punk. So everyone's like, "Oh, Rock's doing it again." So, fans were not too best pleased, shall we say. Over which obviously when when Cody left the ring, that left Rock and Roman face to face in the ring. So and then over the weekend it just went absolute nuts online. Believing that Cody's getting the same treatment that CM Punk got a few years back. The Rock's daughter also got absolutely abused by Twitter trolls, because of these because of the assumption that obviously The Rock is CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. She gets a lot of the brunt of it, which was just mad. And then obviously she tried to clap back at a few fans, then it went stupid and she starts getting death threats. Then she actually deletes her account, because we know as much as anyone that wrestling fans can be the worst fans in the world. They just won't leave well enough alone. The problem is, as well as as much as I want. I'd rather it done this way, where it's guesswork and you keep guessing and you're not sure what's happening, who's going where. Obviously fans online are not as patient. Instead of letting it play out for a week or two, they've made their assumption, they're running with it, and they're going to act like absolute fools, and sending death threats to a young girl, which is just absolutely disgusting, and I'll never back that in a million years. We want Cody then trends all over Twitter, with anything that the WWE official account posts gets "We Want Cody" comments all the way through. Anything that was affiliated with the company, anything at all, like t-shirt sales, anything like that, was getting hijacked with the "We Want Cody" comments, which then brings out the Rock fans. So then the Rock fans go back, and the Rock, "We Want the Rock," then also starts trending on Twitter. So two of your biggest trends on Twitter over the weekend is "We Want Cody" and "We Want Rocky," or "We Want the Rock." So it just shows there is a lot of pull that wrestling does still have in the world of social media. I mean, we've seen it through the views and stuff, like when The Rock's returned and when CM Punk's returned and that, but this is just straight away hashtags that have come that fans have decided to do themselves, and it's just blew up massively all online. Although it seems that the weird segment on SmackDown, I call it weird because it was weird, a lot of people were left with a bad taste in their mouths. Like you say, people going out of the way to start pulling on The Rock's daughter, which was just stupid. Like you say, it left a sour taste in the mouths, but yet The Rock, his new t-shirt comes out and it's still the number one sales charts that week. Let's face it, no surprise though, as he is still one of the biggest names in WWE history. But it just shows the "We Want Cody" movement is as big as the "We Want Rocky" movement. It is really good. I'm really enjoying it. I know a lot of fans are crapping on it right now, but it's actually one of the best things WWE have done for a while. We don't need a straight storyline of how to get we win the Royal Rumble, there you go, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, right? Okay, so in the next 8 weeks you're going to see them face off in some form. We've seen that literally last year. This is something different. It's a bit more fresh, keeps you guessing, And I like that because it makes me want to tune in, because I don't watch WWE as much as I used to. This sort of thing makes me want to tune in and find out what's going on. WWE then announces that they are doing a press conference, which was the WrestleMania 40 kickoff, where it will be made clear who Cody chooses to face at WrestleMania and who will main event, obviously, the pay-per-view. Then The Rock goes on a chat show before the press conference and seemingly starts a heel turn, similar to the style that we had with Hollywood Rock back in 2003, calling some of Cody's fans Cody crybabies. So, I know there's people that have picked issue with this, saying, well, 1 week they're hugging, Cody seemingly gives his WrestleMania match to The Rock, which was weird. That's why I call it weird segment, because that's what it seemed. And then a week later he's calling Cody's fans Cody crybabies. Well, yeah, I mean, why would he not? I mean, he's getting battered all over social media through Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. His daughter obviously has been ran off Twitter because of idiots, and let's face it, they are Cody crybabies. I mean, I'm a massive Cody Rhodes fan, as much as anyone, but I'm not going to start a whole big massive Twitter feud with The Rock's daughter over it. I'm not going to sit there and spit my dummy out over it. I just wouldn't watch it, you know what I mean? It's strange, isn't it, the way people act? But he did say in the segment, though, he said, there's Cody crybabies, there's Cody Rhodes fans, and then there's Cody Rhodes, and they're three different things. So I class myself as a Cody Rhodes fan and not a Cody crybaby. Someone who's sitting there going, oh, they built this for 2 years. You know what I mean? But it was a really funny segment, and like I say, it's similar vibes to back in 2003 where we had Hollywood Rock. At the WrestleMania 40 press conference last night, Roman Reigns says that Cody Rhodes has taken far too long to make his decision, so as the tribal chief, he will now make the decision for him. Roman then says the main event at WrestleMania 40 will be Roman Reigns versus The Rock for the undisputed WWE Championship, which we get boos, cheers, we want Cody, all that sort of stuff is going off. The fans reacted accordingly. Obviously they come out, there was a live audience when they were doing this. And then obviously The Rock comes out again. He gets some cheers, he gets some boos. We want Rocky, we want Cody. It goes back and forth. It's really good, to be fair. The Rock comes out, cuts our promo, basically saying because of the history of the bloodline, Rock versus Roman Reigns is the biggest match that WWE could make for WrestleMania. And then they actually show this big massive bloodline family tree on the screen behind, which, to be fair, was kind of cool. And then Rock explained the connection between Roman Reigns' grandfather and The Rock's grandfather in the Samoan history. Throughout this segment, The Rock is getting a mixed reaction, like I say, as he continues to pull on his 2003 Hollywood Rock-esque heel turn. Cody then comes out and says this is BS. Says that he's made his decision and he will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, not The Rock, as it's his right, having won the Royal Rumble match. He gets to choose. So in the space of 5 minutes, we go from the main event being The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the title to Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the title. Cody then says that Roman's grandfather will be ashamed of him, and that's when The Rock takes offence to it, saying to Cody that if you're bad-mouthing his family, you are bad-mouthing my family, and then slaps Cody right across the face. By the way, how small did those other guys look? The Rock's huge, he is big, but so's Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns looks small next to The Rock. I mean, it does help that The Rock was right in front of the camera, so his arms here. But then when he cracks Cody across the face, it's like his whole hand could have just went on his head and popped it. The Rock is a machine. He's huge, isn't he? And stood next then to, Seth Rollins was on the stage as well, but Seth looked small compared to Cody. So there you go. So we cracked him across the face. Then in the backstage segment on YouTube, we see Triple H getting interviewed about the situation, and The Rock, Roman and Paul Heyman walk past together, which was interesting, with The Rock telling Triple H to fix it. and tells him what happens if Cody badmouths our family again. But you had The Rock first, then Rowan behind, and then Paul Heyman. So I thought, which was kind of cool as well for them to do. So I mean, there's so much going on. This storyline just keeps changing, keeps fans guessing. Do you know what? I think it's brilliant. I really do. Like I say, I'm in and out of WWE because it doesn't hold my focus as much. But like, I'm all in on this storyline. I want to know how they're going to do this. So this brings obviously to the question of who actually does face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. So we had obviously for about 5 minutes confirmed by Roman Reigns himself, Roman Reigns faced The Rock at WrestleMania, and from the comment of The Rock basically saying to Triple H, you know, he's ruined this, you need to fix it. It sounds like that, you know, on screen, Triple H was under the impression it was going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock as well, and then obviously because of the whole movement over the weekend and that it's shifted Cody into going, actually, you know what, no, I will take that match. So, and the fact that obviously Roman tries to take that decision away from him is another thing. It's like a kid, isn't it? You tell them not to do something, they're going to do it. You tell them not to put the finger in the light socket, they're going to do it. So Cody sort of like, hang on, you said I can't do this, so I tell you what, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You can't write me off, you know. And that's the thing, is it's all exciting. It's good because they're playing on real life stuff, and then there's so much of it. Then you're looking at it and you're like, hang on, is this real? Is this not? Like, you can't tell, and that's when wrestling's at its best. AEW do it quite a bit. You know, New Japan have done it before over the years. WWE done it years ago as well. You know, there's so many things where it sort of blurs the lines a little bit, and you're like, hang on a minute. Like, you know, originally calling him Dwayne The Rock Johnson when he first come back, and then you got obviously Paul Triple H Levesque being interviewed backstage. Like the interview threw me a bit. I don't watch all the press conferences and that, so I don't know how long this has been going on. I tend to just have a look at the clips online that get posted online, so I don't know how long it's been a thing. But she goes, oh yeah, so that was a really tense situation, wasn't it, Paul? And I was like, hang on, why is she calling him Paul? It's Triple H, like, he's on screen, like, this is a bit weird. And then I come up underneath Paul Triple H Levesque, but I might just be late to that, and it might have been like 3 years ago we started doing that, but it just sort of makes me go, oh, hang on a minute, it's a bit more real, this, isn't it? So, like I say, we had that, then we have Cody saying he's going to actually face The Rock at WrestleMania, and then they start putting the promotion pictures up of that. So it's sort of like, so is it going to be Cody versus The Rock? Is it going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock? Is it going to be... Sorry, did I say Cody versus The Rock? Is it going to be Cody versus Roman Reigns? Is it going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock? Is it going to be Cody versus The Rock versus Roman Reigns? They're probably the three possible scenarios. So obviously let me know in the comment section which of the three you think it'll be, which of the three you would like it to be. For me, I'd like to see the triple threat. I'd like to see Roman versus The Rock in the sense that it should have probably happened 3 years ago, maybe, or at least last year's WrestleMania. You know, Roman Reigns has annoyed a lot of fans by literally defending the belt once in the space of a year. So I think there's a lot of that on it. I think there's also a lot on it is, you know, we've got Cody. Like, Cody is, like, say, the biggest babyface literally possible in wrestling right now. You can't ignore him. Put him against Seth Rollins as well. Not disrespect to Seth Rollins, but it is the B title, and Roman keeps going on the B title. It is the B title because they just basically made it up to say, well, Roman Reigns isn't always going to defend it. Roman Reigns isn't likely to lose this belt, so we're going to make a second one to stop him basically ruining the company. But obviously, then you got Seth Rollins being a very small part in the storyline. So could we actually see Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes putting their differences aside and teaming up to face The Rock and Roman Reigns at maybe Elimination Chamber as a tag team main event? I think that'd be sick. I think it'd be really cool. I do really want to see that. When you say it, and if you'd have just said it before this whole press conference thing, I'd have been like, I would want to see that. Then when you've seen the whole press conference and that, and the way The Rock presented himself and that, like, especially in that backstage segment, you know, The Rock was, and that wasn't done on accident, that's done on purpose. The Rock was at the front, then Roman, then Heyman, so it was sort of like, yeah, you come with me now. You come with me. Dave annoyed me. He's pissed me off. You'll come with me. Like, this is it. We're going to do this together. You know what I mean? So, I think it'd be kind of cool if they just teamed up one time. And you know what would be kind of cool as well, is if The Rock actually got into it. Like, I know I want them to do like the Hollywood Rock and that, you can do that on the microphone, but when they do, if they did this tag match, hypothetical obviously, if they did this tag match, I want to see him go full in on the tribal chief type bloodline gimmicky thing that they do in the storyline. Don't want them to come out to "If you smell what the Rock is cooking." I want them to come out when Roman's music hits. I want them to come out together, like proper, with the fucking with I'm nearly swore then, with the red, whatever they call that they wear. I don't even know what they are. The red things, you know, the Samoan things that they wear. I want them to come out like that, fully, like, we are, you know, the bloodline. This is it. This is the top of the bloodline. You've reached like the final boss, if you like, type situation. That's what I want to see. So, like I say, let me know in the comments section, who do you think that Roman Reigns will face at WrestleMania 40? Do you think it's The Rock? Do you think it's Cody Rhodes? Do you think it's a triple threat? And also let me know your thoughts and feelings on The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, if that's a possibility. Let me know your thoughts on that. Like, I'd like it to be that, because then you could have in the match, you could then have I don't know, like Roman accidentally spear The Rock or something like that, and then that obviously then pushes The Rock into the title picture then for WrestleMania to give us the triple threat, which is what I probably want to see at this point. We've already seen Cody versus Roman Reigns. We don't really need to see that again. But you can't ignore Cody Rhodes, because obviously you've seen what happens if you try to ignore Cody Rhodes. The internet goes into meltdown. You know, I've seen people already saying that they were going to boycott WrestleMania and all sorts. It just went a bit stupid, didn't it? And then I forgot what I was going to say then. So, like, for me, it makes sense to put it as a triple threat. Because, like, Rock and Roman, for me, that should have been last year, the year before. They should have done that. Now it's sort of like, yeah, but we've got this other thing that we're doing right now, and you can't just come in and change it all, which they've done before, which fans never reacted well to. So, like I say, let me know in the comment section. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to stay tuned for more wrestling related content coming your way very, very soon.